Welcome to a workshop on adapting play materials. As an early childhood educator, you can adapt play materials to provide children with opportunities to participate in a variety of activities. Adaptations help the child to manipulate materials, develop independence, and interact with their peers. The following slides highlight 4 basic strategies on how to adapt play materials that can be found in your room. The strategies are stabilize, enlarge, enhance, and simplify. Imagine how hard it may be to place shapes in a container if the container kept slipping away from you. You may feel frustrated and simply give up playing with that toy. This leads us to the first strategy called stabilize. Stabilizing toys or materials involves securing items to tables or onto hard surfaces. One way to stabilize toys is to use a rubber placemat under the toy. This can prevent toys from rolling or slipping away from the child. Another way to stabilize toys is to use a tray and place small items like cars and beads on it. Use a tray with a high rim or lip. This can help contain the toy in one area. Building with blocks can be challenging for some children, as they tend to topple over very easily. A simple solution to stabilize blocks for children is to glue strips of Velcro to the top and bottom of the blocks. This can help the child be successful in learning to stack blocks. Certain toys and activities are made up of small pieces that may be difficult for some children to hold or grab. This can limit a child from playing with a toy that she really enjoys. This brings us to our next strategy called enlarge. Enlarging small pieces or adding materials can help make a toy more accessible. For regular puzzles, you can glue small wooden blocks, push pins, or knobs to create a peg. This allows the child to grasp the puzzle piece more easily. Enlarging handles on items such as paintbrushes, glue sticks, or pencils can make them easier to pick up, hold, and use. An inexpensive way to adapt these materials is to build up the handles by using plasticine, store-bought pencil grips, or sponge hair rollers. Simply slide a ball of plasticine onto a paintbrush handle to make it easier to grasp. You can also cut sponge hair rollers in half for smaller items like crayons or pencils. Threading string through beads helps develop fine motor skills, but for some children, the string or beads can be too small to hold. You can adapt this fun activity by simply extending the tip of the string by wrapping masking tape several times around the tip until it measures about 2 inches long. This can help a child hold the string more easily to insert it through the beads. Another way to adapt this activity is by replacing the string with a pipe cleaner and using larger beads. You may have toys that use small switches or buttons to turn them on and off. Some children may find it difficult to locate these buttons. This brings us to the third strategy called enhance. There are a number of ways to enhance certain parts of a toy. For example, a child with visual impairment may benefit from having sandpaper glued to the buttons that activate the toy. This added texture will help direct the child's attention to the buttons. Some children will be more interested in play materials that are bright in color or have a lot of texture. This can be easily done by enhancing everyday sensory materials. For example, adding a few drops of food coloring to the water in the water table makes it bright and fun to play at. Our next strategy is to simplify. Toys or play materials can be simplified in a variety of ways to make them more accessible and meaningful to a child. You can reduce the number of steps or remove the number of pieces required to complete the activity. You can replace large toy pieces, for example, with smaller ones. For example, an 8-piece puzzle can be reduced to a 2-piece puzzle by simply covering the other pieces with paper or Bristol board. This ball and hammer toy can be adapted in a couple of ways. You can remove the rubber rings or replace the large balls with smaller ones. Adapting play materials can be easy and simple. Just remember to stabilize, enlarge, enhance, and simplify. This concludes our workshop on adapting play materials. We hope that you have found these suggestions helpful and you'll be able to use them with children in your center.